We went through HBA. Really? Yeah. So they, I mean, they did the work. So we took out a lot of stuff.
Okay.
That is possible.
Hey, everybody, it is 6 o'clock, so we're going to get started with our work session. Because our video folks are on their P's and Q's, and they got us started right at 6 o'clock. So we will get started. Thank you guys for getting that done. Thank you guys for coming in early to get started. Corey, it is your show, so feel free to direct us as you wish.
Okay. Does everybody have a copy of a PowerPoint and a blueprint in front of them there?
We do.
Blueprint.
All right.
And that is the copy that we sent out to you on Friday. So we
Which
haven't-
one do you want to
we
start
haven't
with?
You had both, and we haven't changed it on you.
I'm going to take you through the PowerPoint, and I can
Okay.
refer to some drawings on the as we go through. So I'll probably be going back and forth for you.
Sounds good.
So everybody's familiar, this is the project to expand the front of the police department, to add some training rooms, a media room, the existing media room, kind of repurposing that, and to move our in-house officer. So this project here is going to include demoing the main entry canopy, removing that current canopy there, and taking over that green space. It's expanding the existing media room into the lobby by 6 feet, so it's a more usable space and actually makes part of our lobby a little smaller, which I can walk you through here in a little bit. And it adds roughly 3,000 square foot of new building to the front of this PD. We're moving our in-house officer location out to the new front of the building. And then there's two main reasons for that. I can walk you through in a little bit as well. And then we're creating a new large training room that has to have a minimum of 50 people in it to train. Building a dedicated media/video production room, and then provides the PD with a more grand, aesthetically pleasing entrance to really dress up this building and let you know where the main entrance to the PD building is. The first item, the muster room. Our current muster room only holds 30 to 35 people. It's in continuous use by patrol to fill out daily reports. They have multiple meetings in there at a time. So the idea of using that muster room as a training room really doesn't work well, plus the fact that it only holds 35. Our training room need in the future is for continuous post-training, or that one is in use for post-training and continuous other meetings. And then we need the ability to hold 50 to 60 officers in a training space at one time. And that 50 is a real critical number for us. It's a prerequisite to bring training, other agency training. Chief, what is one specific training you're looking for there?
Some of the training we're looking at was Homeland Security training, and one of the requirements is it was discussed at the meeting, you could do it off-site. That's not allowed. It has to be controlled. And some of the, like the FBI LEADA training, we want to host it because we'll save some money by hosting, plus we can get more officers in if we're not sending them out of town, et cetera, et cetera. One of the requirements is you have to have a meeting big enough to bring other organizations and to make them come to our town. And Tracy Larish, who's our training coordinator, does an excellent job, and she's reached out to numerous organizations that are interested in to come provide training at our site for us and all the surrounding PDs, but we haven't met the requirements because of the size and some of the entrance things. So this conference training room was designed around that so we can bring high-end training, the FBI, some of the other federal agencies, and some high-end detective investigation schools that send us requirements that we can't meet.
Yeah, perfect. So what that does for us, it doesn't eliminate the need for us to send people out of town for training, but it greatly reduces the need for sending officers out of town for specific training if we can bring that training on campus and here. Media and video production needs. We're building that dedicated media video production room. It's going to be, it was originally part of our EOC project, and we removed it from the EOC project because the room doesn't need to be an EF4 rated room. So we thought we'd put it into a more commercial use type building with a lower cost per square footage instead of increasing that EOC footprint. So during that design of the EOC, it was always intended to try to push that room into this building. The video production part of that, it removes video production out of our current executive building, and that opens up space for our counselor's office to expand. They need more offices down there for more counselors. In-house officer room. As I said, this is a two-part item here. With the expansion of the front of the building, we want to take that in-house officer out to the very front of the building, have a controlled, secure vestibule there where he can lock down the front of the building, control who comes in and out of the building. During the normal day-to-day use, it would be just how it is currently, unlocked, but he has the ability to secure the building if needed, and he has a good line of sight of the parking lot, of the main lobby, and kind of down the sidewalk, down the front of the building from his new location. The second part of that is with our evidence expansion, which is part of our EOC project, there is a sex offender registry down on that end of the building that needs to be relocated because the current sex offender registry is going to be part of our new evidence expansion. So the sex offender registry is going to the old in-house officer location in the lobby. It gives them a public presence that they can use from the lobby.
It also makes it more secure for the ladies who do the registry and the fingerprinting. Where before they were at the other end of the hall, they had a panic button. It takes a while to get there and find them. It's right here off the lobby. We can control it, and they're more comfortable. And they were very pleased with this location.
Perfect. Bids on this project. We did receive 9 bids on this project, so we felt like we had a good turnout from the contractors in the area. The bids only ranged from $928,000 to just over $1.1 million, so we had a very nice tight group. So it felt like we had a good set of plans and we had a good set of bids. With that being said, we're pretty comfortable going with our low bidder here, who was C. Rollo, at the $928,000 number. Quick view of the blueprints.
So you're switching from the presentation package to the blueprint
Yes.
package?
To the blueprint pack you have now. The front is just the cover page for the blueprints. The second page is an artistic rendering, kind of a colorful rendering of what the new main entrance would look like. You'll notice that blue wall on the right is matching the existing blue wall that's on the left set back. Well, now this blue wall now is projected out, and we just recreated it, put the new St. Charles County Police logo badge on the wall there, and we moved our flagpoles out to the front as well. Right there at that triangle shape at the beginning, that clear story, I mean, it has a couple purposes there. That clear story goes down through the full expansion and lets natural light into our new lobby, into that main hallway there. And that shape kind of matches our new EOC building. We have a grand entrance similar there. This black grayish color there, we're trying to look at making that more of a green color to match our EOC to try to tie these two buildings together as one campus. To walk you through some of these other plans here, were just to show you the layout. If you guys can go through until you get to this sheet here. We've kind of labeled the rooms here for you to kind of walk through what I've said earlier. The small training room at the top right is our current media room, and that wall on the top right there is getting pushed out into our old existing lobby. Below that, the new training room, that's that current green space, the current grassy area. That's the room that's got to be able to hold a minimum of 50 people for training. You have direct access from that training room to the new hallway here. This is the hallway here, and this line here is the existing building. So that's where we infilled the existing building, kind of pushed out the front of the building. This is that clear story area right here in the front with that secure vestibule and the new in-house officer location. So if that in-house officer wants to shut down that secure vestibule and lock the building up, prevent people from entering, he has direct access to them there, and he will have control to lock those doors. As you walk into the left, this new media and video production area, that's our dedicated room that will be permanently set up for the media or the video production. The video production will have a drop-down green screen that allow people to go in there and do their production, but it can be a removable screen so we don't have to have a room with one sole purpose. And this is just the look as you walk into the main entrance to show that clear story, to show how big and open it'll feel, to try to make that narrow hall feel a little larger as you walk into the building. And those windows up at the top left are kind of flooding that area with natural light. That is it. Do you guys have any questions?
Looks good.
Perfect.
It's kind of nice, when we first met about this, didn't know about gaining the extra space for the counselor's office and moving communications. So that's kind of a fringe benefit too. The other thing I think is important to point out is that This is also going to make a lot of training affordable for other departments in the county that currently may not be able to afford to send somebody out of state. So now they'll be able to do it, like for instance, if it's an O'Fallon or a Wentzville police officer, they'll be able to access the same training right here in St. Charles County. I think that's a big plus.
When we have several organizations waiting to hear what our status is gonna be, because you have to start requesting this year to be on the budget or the scheduling for next year. What Tracy does, and we automatically have done, is we send notices out to the surrounding agencies. Hey, we're having this training on such and such a date, and this is what it is. A lot of the agencies have the same problem. Well, we really want to train our people, but packing them up, send them out of town. So this serves all of us, not, as you pointed out, Joe, it serves all law enforcement in St. Charles County.
Very good. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
No, we sat down and spoke with the chief and Corey and went through it in great detail. They did a great job bringing us up to speed about, we'll call it mission creep or project creep. The further they got into it, the project grew in scope and size. But after we went through it, I think it's absolutely the right thing to do, and it's well justified, and it'll carry our needs forward into the foreseeable future. So I'm 100% behind it.
Excellent. Anything else? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. I know we are scheduled for a closed session at 6:30, but I would entertain a motion to go into closed session if anyone would be so inclined.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to go into closed session per state statute RSMO 610.0212.
Second.
Motion made in second, roll call?
Councilmember Cronin,
Yes.
Councilmember Brazel, Councilmember Hammond,
Yes.
Councilmember Elam,
Yes.
Councilmember Hollander,
Yes.
Councilmember Klinghammer,
Yes.
Councilmember White.
We will adjourn to closed session.